EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for the weekend, February 25th and 26th, 2023. The weekend video forecast is proudly sponsored by Bosergeist Brewing Company. They are located at 1250 Simon Boulevard in Easton, Pennsylvania, very close to Lafayette College. They are purveyors of fine craft beer in the Lehigh Valley. We have a vast beer selection from IPAs to ales to stouts and sours, and have had more new beer releases this week, several of them, in fact, for you to check out. They also have a fantastic menu selection, live entertainment, open mic nights, and trivia nights, and are open 5 days a week between Wednesday and Sunday. They are Bosergeist Brewing Company in Easton, proud sponsors of the weekend video forecast. So today, your eyes don't deceive you, that is blue over top of us. So there's two separate systems, though, today. This is not a real big deal. The two separate systems are going to be one going off to the north, and it's going to be mainly Saturday morning. And then Saturday afternoon, you have one going off to the south down here. So I can do an X and a Y here. There are two different systems here. In the middle, you notice there's a shaft zone. There will be a shaft zone in between here that extends from the cross-section of Pennsylvania, just central Pennsylvania, east to west, not the traditional central Pennsylvania, and going all the way through central New Jersey and parts of northern New Jersey where you get nothing or very little, okay, in between these two systems. So they're separate systems. They're not combining forces, and one goes off to the north, one goes off to the south. And in both cases, you could have coating to a half inch in some spots. Maybe some areas get close to an inch, especially up near the New York-Pennsylvania border. But, I mean, other than that, this is a very minor, weak thing. As you can see, it's a very weak low on the southern portion of this. So let's go over the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 7 o'clock this morning. Just move this forward. You can see some snow showers and period of light snow this morning across the far northern tier. This is the closest areas closest to the New York-Pennsylvania border. However, this is not really too much further south than that. And this gets into northern New Jersey as well, and that slides off. And so here's noon, right? So it's almost done there. And then the second one takes shape, and this is going to be during the afternoon. There could be in between in those shaft areas, if you want to call it, in the middle. There could be some, flakes flying. It's just not going to be something that's going to amount to anything. That's basically the idea. Further south, the snow showers will be a little bit steadier. You get a coating to it a half inch, maybe an inch in a few spots here in the Delmarva. And that is including South Jersey and Delaware. The northern part of Maryland, eastern shore of Maryland that we cover would also be affected by that. So we're going to send alerts for this early this morning for the stuff in the southern half anyway. Northern half of this region here will also get something too, but I don't think in the areas in the middle we're going to see so much. So if you're going to go from, anywhere from, like the Harrisburg area, like along I-78, the Harrisburg area through the Lehigh Valley and up through where I-78 continues up to New York City, that area there, I don't really think you're going to get too much other than a few flakes, okay? Maybe a dusting or something like that in a few spots. But most of you, it'll be a north and south deal where it splits across. So that is Saturday, and then this is going to go away this evening. And after this exits, we will have partly to mostly cloudy skies overnight, and then becoming partly cloudy here on Sunday. Temperatures are going to turn much warmer. So today, stuck in the 30s everywhere. 30 to 38 are the highs today, so very cold for highs today. But then as we get to Sunday, 48 to 54. Nice rebound there in temperatures for the second half of the weekend. And a pretty nice day here on Sunday. A little bit of a breeze there, so 10 to 15 miles per hour, maybe some gusts 20 to 25. But other than that, I mean, you're dealing with much warmer temperatures and much more bearable temperatures if you have anything to do outside. Once we get to Monday, we have this next system coming at us, so it's going to result in mostly cloudy skies or an increase in clouds anyway. And then late in the day, you have this is a very similar situation to what we had last Wednesday. If you remember the system that came in Wednesday, we had in the northern areas anyway, we had a snow to a mix and then rain further south. This is kind of like that. The only difference is there is going to be a secondary low pressure that forms with this one south of the region. So there could be a prolonged icing event this time on Monday night as this is moving through, Monday evening and overnight. So this is coming in. This is the GFS, not showing too much snow on the front end here, but we think it's going to end up happening. It's like last time we have some snow in the northern areas, going over to sleet, freezing rain, and then overnight, Monday night, this maintains a lot longer with the freezing rain, holds it on longer because this secondary is developing here and kind of pulling in a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of cold air. Your actual areas that are going to get smacked with this pretty good, with a good snowfall, is going to be up here in these parts of New England here, this corridor right here, which includes places like Albany and Hartford and Boston, who haven't had much snow there either this year. They're finally going to get something out of this from this event, it looks like. And a lot of that's going to be tied to the secondary low as it moves by here. So you can see that going all the way through New England. But if I want to take this over to a different model here, just to show you the Canadian, because it has a better evolution of the snow on the front end here. See that right there? It has the snow in Northeast PA first, which I think ends up happening. Okay, I think you start off with snow, and then you go over to sleet, and then sleet, freezing, rain. We could have a couple inches of snow up here, just like we had on Wednesday. So something like that. Then it goes over to this frozen stuff. Further south, it's just light rain, and that's it, right? As the secondary pulls by, and then that same quarter up here, including Albany, Hartford, Providence, Boston, those areas will get some decent snow out of it. And then this pulls away, okay? And then the next system that's going to come in is going to be on Thursday, actually, with a few showers that will continue into Friday. There is still some question about what's going to happen here with this system here. The latest European model I had for the third, fourth time frame has a miss on the European model. Same thing with the Canadian is doing the same deal where it's moving offshore here. GFS, I don't want to get too far ahead of this. GFS is kind of on its own with this idea where it has those showers Thursday into Friday, right? And then you get into Saturday and has this nonsense here with a starting off as a wintry mix in the interior going over to some snow. I don't think this is right because it's at a time with the long-range outlook that I just did yesterday. It's coming at a time where the temperatures are not really going to be conducive for this kind of thing to happen. The Madden-Julian oscillation cycle is not conducive for this thing happening. We get into week 2 of March, it might be a little bit different, but this is still week 1, and near to slightly above average temperatures are probably not going to cut it, so I wouldn't bank on a snow event for this one for most people. But we'll continue to follow that here over the next couple of days. We have plenty of time to look at this one, but I just wouldn't get your hopes up for a snowstorm on the March 3rd, 4th timeframe. You're going to hear about it. No doubt you're going to hear about it, but I'll address this again in the Weather Weekly's video on Sunday and give you an update here on this system here, which is Monday night or basically later Monday and Monday night. Well, I'm on the wrong system here. Let me get back to the GFS. But it's this system coming in right here. So you have some wintry mix, just kind of like Wednesday last week, where you have this snow to sleet, freezing rain, and then going over to rain in a few areas. As this system is cutting, the secondary is what keeps the frozen precipitation a little bit longer, possibly. So we'll keep a close eye on that. I'll have an update on that on Sunday when I do the Weather Weekly's video, and of course Monday morning with the next daily forecast video. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for the weekend, February 25th and 26th, 2023. Have a great Saturday and Sunday.